Jess. So we are going to do a bit of show jumping today. Do you want to just tell me a little bit what you've been working on with her, the show jumping and preventing?
Yeah, okay. By nature she's pretty careful.
Yeah.
But I probably struggle with sort of the softness between my fences. She's quite soft sort of towards the fence, but then can just lock a little bit in her like neck and back, and she just goes a bit straight.
Is that in between the related distances type things?
It can be in between, and it can also just be around the course, and like that would be her way to go, like with her head a little bit out. But so I need to be a bit more stricter on myself about sort of chatting to her, you know, through the rain and
so a little bit like the flat, maybe making sure you're riding her and keeping those hind legs.
Exactly like the flat.
So she stays soft.
Flat is, and sometimes she can just be a bit sort of really slightly like just sort of like hang a bit onto an approach of a fence and not be like dead straight.
Okay.
And then I sometimes don't get the correct lead because of that, because I know I haven't got her.
Would she hang more one way than the other?
I think she would hang out through her right shoulder.
Yeah.
More.
Okay. So you want to work a little bit on straightening her, so we definitely don't have any run-outs and things. Or
yes.
But she's very good, is she?
Yeah. If she sees a fence, she's really 100% locked on.
Okay.
So it's not hanging. Sort of. It's like sort of just. It's sort of probably where I just don't get hold of her enough and put her between hand and leg and really ride her in between. I probably allow her to drift too much.
And
she just drifts.
Okay.
And then I do think that's probably why it affects our landings. I'm in the middle of like, she does know a few flying changes, she's not 100% with them, but I ask anyway, and we sometimes get them and sometimes we don't, so I don't know whether.
We'll work with that then, yeah?
Yes,
so you'd quite like to work on that, maybe landing, making sure you're on the correct leads, straightness, and maybe just her canter, really.
In between, yes.
In between the fences, so the height of the fences and things, you're quite happy about 110?
Yes, definitely, like, she's not an extravagant jumper, but she pops.
That's fine, so. She's quite careful.
Yeah.
I'm just going to just check your tack, make sure we're all good.
Yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah,
would you do it?
No, she's like,
Good. Excellent. All right, so to get started then, we'll just have sort of a 10-minute warm-up, just a trot canter on each rein, just playing with those canter gears, I think, for jumping. So you're cantering for jumping, so just let me see, you can talk through how it's feeling, how she's feeling, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So if you were at a show, what would she be like ready for show jumping? What sort of things would you do in your warm-up to make sure she's ready for that course?
I would probably do a few like walked canters.
Yeah.
Just to make sure she's like off my aids a little bit in terms of, and then I would just keep her level in her canter to the fence.
Yeah. So let her jump out of that rhythm.
Let her jump out of a rhythm and keep her relaxed because she's reactive to, you know, like to me saying something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good. All right. And in regards to position, whilst you're having a trot round, just talk me through your position between the fences, over the fences, anything in particular that you've been working hard at?
With her, I tend to like stand up out of my stirrups, like you know, when you just canter along like that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it keeps her softer, but actually it's also I think it's a lazy habit of mine to stand up rather than rather than to actually sit into my saddle and actually work the canter.
Yes.
So I should really be a little bit more disciplined with like getting the canter back again.
Yeah. So probably loads from the dressage session applies. Everything you're saying to me, it seems very similar. So when she gets a little hollow, actually you probably, rather than freezing and just saying go on then, you can actually sit into her and make her softer.
Whereas I leave her alone and then I think it doesn't really help
way works better. Yeah, we can practice both of them and see what works for you guys. And that's it. If you want to warm up off her back and just get her moving forward, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Do what you normally do. And then when you said she's sometimes a little flat, is she quite careful but just gives it enough?
Yes. Yeah, very careful. I never worry about her sort of, tapping something out.
Yeah.
She's just a bit naturally a bit flattish. Like, probably, and it's probably just me a little bit allowing her to go like that as well.
Yeah. So here in the canter, just imagine that inside, the lower leg being a little bit more underneath you again. Yeah, good. Because automatically you do that and she comes softer and rounder in the hand.
Yeah.
Because I think you forget, oh, she's gone a bit hollow in my hand and strong.
Yeah.
The legs come off.
Yeah.
So leg, soft hand. There, good. Super. And then in the warm-up, I want you to just play with your gears within the canter. We'll probably stay more or less in the canter now because we're jumping. That's it. And then down. Okay, so wherever you go, you can use loads of the arena, half circle, half the arena. Okay, rebalance, ask again, good, canter. Trotting. Okay, just bring her back to trot. Rebalance. Good. Okay, before you do the flying changes, just really work on this canter, becoming more supple. So I want you to go on it, you can use half the skill, it doesn't matter what you use, but I want you to think of doing, say, 4 or 5 strides, medium, working, collected. Okay. And you're going to shout at me what one you're doing, or before you do it, okay?
Okay. So, medium.
Yeah.
Working.
3, 4, collection.
And then collection.
Yeah. So think 4 strides, make it a bit quicker each time. So shout at me what you're doing, 3, 2, 1, change to the next one.
Collected.
Yeah, keep the jump.
Working. 2, 3, medium.
Yeah.
And then
Working.
And then collected.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Super. Now go into that working canter for the jumping. There. That's it. Do you want a bit more than that?
Okay.
Little bit there. Without her going hollow in front.
Yeah.
Good. Super. Tell me when you're happy with your canter for jumping.
This is a good. This canter now.
It looks strong, but it also looks soft.
Yeah.
Good with your lower leg. Super, there. Okay, so then a downward transition to the walk. We're going to do a walk to canter in a minute when you're ready.
Okay.
Look up, remember, don't let her get tense. You've got to keep those lower legs underneath you.
Yep. Oh, no. Not really on my legs.
No, okay, so we do it again. Well done, better. Good. Now just play. Now I want more leg. I want her to think of a medium canter without her going long in front.
Okay.
There. Now bring her back to the working canter. There. How did you do that without letting her go hollow that time?
I had a bit more communication with my hands. My fingers just like massaged the reins a bit more.
Good. Whilst keeping the leg there to support her. Well done. Good. So you're thinking of keeping that jump in the canter. Now when you're ready, change the rein using a flying change.
Okay.
But you've got a better canter now for it.
I shouldn't have asked that earlier.
No. But we learn then. We learn that she needs this kind of canter, ready for the change. And there you go. So she ran a little bit tense, but you got it clean, yeah? Correct. So maybe this time, just now on this rein, just think of that same exercise we did at the beginning, the 4 strides medium, working collected, before you then do one more change.
This is my medium.
half heights.
This is actually the rein I find that she drifts.
Yeah.
Through the left shoulder.
Through the left shoulder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can see on that circle you just slightly drift. So really think of just little half hops. Put that left hand down by her shoulder to say, yeah, little half, tweak the shoulder. Outside leg there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Much better. Now come across the diagonal. Yeah. And ask for that flying change. But this time not so harsh. And do a little bit softer and hopefully she won't run away from it. Yeah. Just think as you come across the middle, you get this change of flexion. Change the weight. Oh, sorry. Don't worry. Turn up and canter. So she gets a little bit hot then?
Yes. She just looks a bit spooky and then ignores.
So pick her back up on that canter rein, right rein. And I want you to think, as you come across the middle, almost leg build her over to the wall. Yeah. But then get the kick, because it's that left shoulder this way. She tries to sway hard, doesn't she? Yeah. Get better, it'll get easier around the course for you to stay fluent and smooth. Good. Think of her leg yielding away from the inside leg and ask. Yeah.
Oh no, this is awful. Okay.
There you go. You got it. Well done. Yeah, what did you do in the end to get it? Doesn't have to be pretty every time, yeah? Sometimes it messes up. We get one nice one, we stop this, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
So just think about where you're going, think about the timing, don't rush. 2, 3, good. Yeah, well done, trot. And canter, lovely, give her a pat and let her trot. Good. And walk. There's no point in her, you know, that's great. She's trying to do it. She's getting a little bit unbalanced. But actually your canter is much better already. Yeah. And it's just keeping her, when she comes from one side to the other, she goes, like you say, a little hollow here. And I think maybe a little bit of leg yield feeling with your inside leg to just make sure the shoulder's coming with you and that she can change, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
She changes a little bit easier in front, but behind she's a bit late, but I think that's because the weight goes in front, yeah?
She's tightening, yeah.
So you want to think leg yield to keep her lighter off her shoulders, because she's sitting on those hind legs so she can lift and do that change, yeah? But we can honestly at home practice that with some poles and things, and we can do it now as our warm-up. Yeah. We'll have a little go. Yeah. How is she feeling?
Yeah, no, she's
alright, she's not too hot?
No, she's got like, she has stamina, like, yeah.
Good,
so,
thoroughbred.
Yeah, thoroughbred, exactly.
Excellent. Okay, so just a nice simple, straightforward fence at the moment. We're going to do this cross pole here. Okay. We'll literally just do it coming once on the left rein, and then I just want you to change rein and come once on the right rein, and then we're going to move on to another exercise. This is just part of the warm-up, and then we'll move on to another one to help with the lead changes. Okay. All right. So come as you usually would. Yeah. Okay. That nice canter rhythm. Nice. Okay, and then just let her walk. Well done, nearly. Little trot, calm. Nice and soft yourself. Good, well done. And when she is sensitive, I think you just say, continue what you're doing, say calm, correct her, don't make it a deal, yeah? Yes. And then it's going to get better, naturally.
Yeah, she's just a bit tight and spooky today, I don't know why, but like,
okay, well,
come in here and like, and it's just how.
It's good practice because when you can't always be perfect when you're at a show.
Yes.
Sometimes things are going to go wrong. You're going to have to work with what you've got. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's actually really good for me to see and help her on a day where she needs a bit of help. Yeah, and you. But that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I could see, exactly what you said. She's a little bit hangs through that left shoulder on both reins, and actually she'll land on the left leg quite easily, won't she?
Yes. Yeah.
It's probably her landing to the right. It's a little bit harder.
Yes. There is one way that. I just now can't remember it until I get jumping and
Okay.
then.
All right.
But
so what I thought then to help with that,
yeah.
we're going to use this little fence, nice upright, and we're just going to do it as a figure of 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
To making sure that you're thinking about her landing on the leg change. As you take off, what are you going to do to help her get the correct leg?
So stay a little bit, like don't sort of stick my bum out to the side
No.
or anything else, stay straight in my body,
Yeah.
but open a little bit of the new inside rein, the new inside lead of the inside rein, so she knows which direction I want her to go in.
Yeah, so literally just the weight of your head looking where you're going,
But
opening the rein,
straight.
and the inside leg maybe just a tiny bit more weight there. But
Okay.
okay, so we'll start by coming, I think the easiest way to do this will be left rein up over this, right rein back through here.
Yeah,
You're
okay,
quite happy with
so
that, so-
left rein, so say round there, jumping on the angle towards the,
Here. And then actually you're better off coming behind these two fences because then you're getting an actual angle.
more angle.
And you've got a nice gap to go around that red fence. Yeah, so it's
Perfect.
not a jump off turn, we're keeping it nice and smooth.
Rhythmical around the turns.
Rhythmical,
Okay.
exactly. So I want you to think about the weight in your leg as you're taking off to encourage her to land on that correct lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, are you happy with your canter or do you want a circle?
No, I'm happy with this.
Okay, make sure there's enough power in the canter, good. Super. And look for your fence, a little bit late to look. Steady, and then just circle, rebalance, take all the time restore.
Yeah.
You were going to go round that red and white fence, yeah?
Yeah.
Good, make sure you can get that inside leg on her. And keep it calm, just keep her coming on a rhythm, 2, 1. Fabulous, and you've got the knee change, use your space. Look. Okay. Last time, really good, left to right. When you go right to left, you let her drift through that left shoulder. So here now, start to think little outside leg to half halt her and keep her turning, turning. Think of her body moving to the line. Well done. How did your turn feel that time? You can rest
Yeah,
there.
easier, and my canter, like easier sort of like straighter for to the fence, and my canter felt better.
Yeah.
I had more options with the strides, the approach of it, because I felt straighter, I guess.
Yeah, it looks so much
Yeah.
better. But
Whereas
when
when
you
she's hanging out, I feel like there's only one option, as in I either hold her or go long, or it doesn't feel as.
look, and it's putting on that left leg, thinking she's not going to run away from it.
Yes.
You want to be able to ride her around that turn. The hotter they are, actually, the more leg you actually need to just let them accept.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's not her running away from the leg, it's thinking of that leg just lifting her through her middle. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
And that was so much better when you thought, actually, I'm turning her whole body.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
right.
she's literally drifting. And then every time you get this half stride where she
Yes.
does to-do before.
Yeah. 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 No,
Yeah?
You're right. That's exactly it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, so let's move it on. We'll have a little look at curve, and then we'll put you into maybe half a course, and then the second half we'll link them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start with. We've got this. One, two. Right. So maybe we'll start with number 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Then you've got a nice like dog leg turn to 4, which is in the corner.
Okay.
Okay, so again that's landing then and then it's going left. So what do you think might happen as you're on that left rein going around the corner?
Just want to kind of fall in through my left side. Yes. So.
So So how are you going to think landing? What are you going to do to make sure she doesn't?
Put a bit more inside leg on her and maybe stay a bit more up with the inside rein.
Yeah, and
then
but not pulling back,
yeah? Not pulling back, okay.
I want you to just draw the line in front of you. Imagine a dotted line all the way around, and as you land, you think shoulders up, inside leg, and almost manoeuvre. Almost think of that leg gill just gradually pushing her around that curve, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's go and just jump those 3 to start with.
They're on quite a forward 5 distance, but I'll do the 5 rather than the 6.
Okay, well, ride what you've got as long as you just stay committed to that canter. Indy, how did that feel?
Wait, sorry, the wind is blowing.
It's fine, how did that feel?
It was alright. I didn't really get the line that I wanted. I did land right lead.
Yeah.
And then she changed? She did actually change on the turn to number 4, and then it was okay. But it probably was.
When you're coming down here, there's a little bit of this left-handed track. Yeah. So I think that's when you said it's a long 5 for her, probably because she's drifting. Yeah? Okay, yes. So I want you to come around that turn, maybe a slight bit of counterflexion. Yeah. And then as you come through here, just making sure that you're nice and straight. Really think about that quarter-flex sign, yeah? Yes. Keeping her dead straight, inside your left leg there. Make sure you're here. And then as you land from here, this is where you can use your turn to balance and ride through that corner rather than think handbrake turn. Handbrake turn, which is what I did, yes. So think of her being supple and fluent around the corner. So let's just go and ride that once more. Yeah. Seeing if we can have a little bit of counter bend on the turn. To help with that outside shoulder. Yeah. Which hopefully won't make it feel as fast and long, the 5
Yes. Okay.
The jump in the canter. Super. Balance, use your turn, leg to hand. Okay. Missed?
That was I know I got a bit of a quiet shot in, but actually I've never normally been able to make her land left lead when I'm in a straight line. Yeah. So it really worked, and then that came up easier. Yeah.
Do you know what? This was fantastic down here.
Yeah.
Here was really good your turn. I think maybe you landed and you were a little bit slow at using your turn to balance you. Okay, and that's when she lost balance and went a little bit to the bottom of the fence. Yeah. Okay, so just keeping that rhythm. We're not going to do it again because actually she was super through there. But when we link the course together, it's just really thinking, rather than thinking, thank God that jump's done, on to the next one. Think of your landing being really important to ride and set you up. It's not really the jumps that are the problem, it's keeping the canter and the balance in between.
You're right.
Yeah? Okay, right, let's think of something we need to do on the right rein. So we've got, sorry, we came on the right with here, round to the left. We'll have a little look. Doing the start, so we've got our double here. So the start of the course. So let's have a go at doing this curve now, because you've just done that one, the curve off the left. We're going to do a curve on the right. We've got this opposite here at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, number 6, sorry.
Yeah, number 6. Curving round to this yellow one here, number 7. Yeah. And there's 8. Oh, 8's here.
8's there.
That's fine. Yeah. Just for now, if you want to. I just want you to just do those 2. Okay. And I want you to think about her as you land, making sure she's not just running out through the left shoulder. Yeah. So as you've jumped this one, you're thinking upper body up, look to your yellowed fence. Yeah. Get that outside leg there and just think of her almost pushing her around the turn rather than her running outside. Yeah. Use your outside rein to keep her forward.
Yes. Okay.
Down there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
And jump the 2. underneath you. Keep that canter good. Very good. Okay, talk me through that line. What were you pleased with? What would you like to do better?
Go through that line?
Yeah.
Probably like land a little bit like quicker, that I'm like on my inside line, so I didn't have to. I felt like probably I drifted out to allow myself a bit more time thinking for me, and then it makes me a little bit longer on that one.
I actually think it comes from your canter before number one.
Because I was too quiet.
And you were at the saddle and it was a little bit like dainty and
floaty. Yes. Yeah.
So get your canter, and if you can't put your leg on and you feel she's a bit tight to ride, then do a circle. Make sure she can accept the leg first. Then keep coming to that fence. Then keep coming to that one.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go and do those two, and then we're going to try and link the course together.
Yeah. Just those two.
Yeah, just those two. Well, actually, you could keep going and curve onto that blue one, can't you?
Yeah.
Just at the end. So really holding that line. Make sure you've got your canter. Tell me when you're happy with your canter.
Okay.
Imagine you've just jumped a fence. Coming to the next one.
I'm happy.
Good. Your approach was much better.
My approach, yeah, definitely.
Much better.
The first one, I thought.
Totally. I mean,
I was sitting in a canter and it was just.
That was actually unfortunate. Then at the tween, she did that a little bit of hollow.
Yes.
So you have got on that landing stride to react. There's no point in reacting in front of this fence.
No.
On the landing stride, I want you to land and think leg on, soft hand, work her back into the canter. Keep the canter jumping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I kind of feel, I don't know whether I just feel like there's only one option, which is to keep her travelling.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether I should.
Why do you?
I don't know. I don't, because then I feel like I'm riding backwards if I start to
change the canter.
Shorten her up a bit and there.
But you're working the canter without her becoming backwards because you've got your lower leg on, yeah?
Yeah.
So all it's doing is becoming rounder. It's not dropping off and going hollow through her back.
Yes. Okay.
It's literally you wanting her to become a bit rounder. So up to you. Do you want to just do these two once and try and get that, and then we'll put the course together?
Or I can do the course, like as in, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, but I just want you to think. Get number one, you were spot on there, so if she has that down, that was her fault.
Yeah.
But then as you land, think, right, now I need to work the canter on my landing stride, be quicker about that.
Yeah, be quicker.
And then it's a curve, you can put as many strides as you need to, you know, take an outside line, inside line.
Okay.
But you've got to keep that rhythm and that canter supple.
Yeah.
Better. Work it. Keep the leg around her. Yes, good girl. Well ridden. That looks a lot better. She wants to get on with it now.
She does.
Really good. Just give her a long rein for a minute, let her chill, and then we're going to do the course. So, how did that feel that time?
That was much better. Yeah. Even though actually I was a little bit off my first one, but it actually just it feels more tight in the rein, but actually it feels more like I've got something.
Yeah.
Rather than just sort of winging it slightly down, which I think is what I do, and then I just rely on her.
Because you say it's slightly off, but you had a decent canter.
I did have a decent,
so she could jump out of her stride and have enough power.
Yeah.
When you landed, yes, you went to go hollow and do her thing, but you softened her and had a lovely jump over an upright. Yeah.
I felt I got to the upright on more control rather than
letting her keep moving, but diving through the shoulder.
Yes.
She needs to come up a bit in her shoulders, doesn't she?
Yes, she does, yeah.
And it's just by you then getting those hind legs under her more strong on the landing stride.
Yeah.
So you using your lower leg, think of her how it's collection, but it's forward into it, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you're right.
Think of those hind legs as her stabilizers.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do the course. What we get to? We do the 10 fences.
Yeah.
So we go
9, 10. 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on, just remind
Or
me.
do you want 11 and 12?
No,
we're good. So number 1 is there.
Yeah.
2, you've got your related distance. Think of then landing from number 3 and riding that curve, using it to rebalance you.
Yeah.
4, and then 5 is this double, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so use your space. We're in training. So round the arena, use your corners to rebalance your canter, your 2 striding double, and then it's down then to your curving line, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then I would come then round behind this red and black fence to 8.
Okay, so cutting between 8 and 10. 11 and 10, sorry. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you'll land from there. You've got loads of time.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay.
8,
Right.
and then 9,
Over
down
there.
there, and round to 10.
Yeah.
That is right, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what things are you going to think of to make this a good round
Okay,
in your
so
position?
sitting in my saddle a little bit more so that I actually ride her with a bit more leg.
Yeah.
And communicate with the hand and not just allowing her to like drift and thing. And then also keep a bit of like the outside flexion when I come around the corners so I can keep her straighter, especially from there to there, and then making sure I have my inside leg on so I don't drift.
Yeah. The outside flexion really only applies when you're off that right rein because of that left
off the
shoulder.
right rein.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Good.
So from here and then to number 8 as
Yeah.
well. Okay.
So we'll get your canter,
Yeah.
and you tell me when you're ready and you're happy with that canter, it's committed,
Yeah.
and then you just ride around, okay?
Okay,
Keeping that
yeah.
rhythm.
All right. Just like that.
Just like that.
I'm happy with this canter.
Okay. That lower leg is under you and soft. Fabulous. A little purple wall, talk to her. Well done. Green double. Super Indy. Good softness, leg around her. Good girl. Look for your fence. Well ridden. Awesome, that's not your fault. Very nice. Super, let her have a little walk. Really good, how did that feel to you?
Actually, I know I've had like it was a bit too holdy here deep, but actually, because I kept her not drifting through my shoulder, which I was pleased with, and I'm really pleased through here to here. And then
That was super.
I was maybe a bit slow, and then I had to add, but actually the whole round felt more like I had control of the whole ride basically in between.
It looked really consistent. Yes, you know, rail number 1, I think she forgot what she was doing and
Yes.
just got a bit casual.
Just looking ahead and a bit like
This one you were spot on to.
yeah.
Just a little bit tighter behind, I
Tighter
think. Yeah,
behind,
that was
yes.
just, you know, one of those things. But
Yeah.
actually, I thought you rode this line fantastic. Your curve, you landed and you softened, and then actually you could be soft
Yes.
At the next fence?
At the next fence, yes.
So that was super.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally up to you. Do you want to ride it once more, or do you want to pick bits of it and just do a couple?
No, I could ride it once more. I feel like I do want to get it a bit better because I just feel like there were bits and pieces that were just.
So tell me what bits and pieces you're going to improve.
So maybe my approach number one, I should have squared off my turn a bit more so that she was like, oh, okay, we're jumping.
Yeah.
I think probably I came cantering round and I, just trusted that she was awake with me, and she just felt like she just like flopped over it. It's like she wasn't concentrating. And then number two, three, I was quite happy.
I was super happy with that.
Yeah, I actually liked that she allowed me to go around that corner. I definitely need to be quicker from 3 to 4. It just feels like.
What happens between those fences?
I think I allow her to like run through the bridle until I get to that turn, and then I go, oh, now let's do something.
Okay, so when you land from 3,
I
want you to really think. You've got your quarter flex sign there.
Yeah.
And imagine you're jumping out over that hedge.
Yes.
Yeah?
Okay.
You're thinking here, inside leg, there's your straightness.
Yeah.
And then through the turn, your inside leg is then moving her around the turn rather than her motorbiking the turn.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so it's much more supple.
Yeah.
And then I was really pleased with a lot of that course, because the other thing is once you had her softer on landing, your fences, you weren't having to fight her towards them. She was soft.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah?
Definitely. When I leave her alone, then I feel like she runs through the bride a little bit like to them, and actually that was much better because
You worked
had worked it. Yeah, you're right, definitely.
Right, should we do it once more then?
Yes. Okay. The whole thing, or should I just?
Now that's up to you. I really, which bit do you want to do the whole thing, or do you want to improve just half?
I'll see. I'll probably do the whole. Otherwise, I'll get a bit. I won't concentrate. Otherwise,
right. So the whole thing, we're going for that. Think about your landings.
Yes.
Think about your canter between the fences. Fences are quite good. Go on, inside leg. That's it. Good. Pick her up now. Inside leg for power. Into that soft hand. Easy peasy. Balance leg whip through.
No, I've done it. Because I
Slightly drifted through your outside. A little bit too much inside leg then.
Yeah.
Inside.
And I didn't feel like. I think it was because I didn't really get my approach number 2 right.
Okay. You've got to react on landing with what you've got though. Okay? Now inside leg. Wait, 2, 1. Well ridden. Go on, leg on. Rework the canter for the double. Good, Indy. Sit down, work the canter. Lower leg. Good canter there. Lovely. Really good. Keep working the canter. Okay. Put your shoulders up. Keep the lower leg under her. Good, Indy.
Were not better, but then there were some parts. This definitely came around to number 8, felt a lot better.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, she just came round straight, but then I really balls that up. I don't know.
It's just that.
I felt like I landed in all right, and I got the turn, and then
you start riding a bit backwards around that corner.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And I stopped. I think I just stopped thinking. And then I sort of did something too late, and it was not good.
So it's coming round, landing from here, keeping your lower leg under her. Back. Remember, you're riding her. The turn is bringing you back to collection.
It's bringing me, yes.
Yes. So you ride her through the turn with enough leg, not too much hand.
Yeah.
But you're just thinking, using that left leg here. It's almost just a bit clever. It's for your mind to think.
Yes.
Or if I do that, I can move her round without getting her falling in and me using too much rein. Yeah. So it's using, just think of that dotted line, because naturally she goes a little bit here.
Yeah.
You're pushing her around that inside leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really good. The round was so much better.
Yes. I know that I still make, but actually her rider, it was much, felt better, you know?
Yes.
I felt rhythmical and landed better in balance, better with me. Yeah, no.
Really good.
Thank you
So
very much.
what do you think for homework wise would help?
Okay, so I think definitely don't go floating out the saddle, because that really doesn't help her.
I think it'd get longer, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
she does get longer, and it stops me riding her, which is what keeps her soft in between the fences. And on the right turn, definitely have her through the left shoulder, left rein, slight flexion, so I just keep the shoulder from drifting out. And then, actually, I can get the left lead if I make sure I stay straight.
Yeah.
And then she does land.
She was fine, wasn't she?
She was fine.
She never got unbalanced.
It's when I allow her to drift.
And
it's my sloppiness that allows her to. But no, I'm pleased. That
when you came at the beginning, you said to me it's a long 5. By the end there, it was pretty short. You know, it was a really level 5 strides and easy for her, because you were coming really straight to the fence and then coming around. So position-wise, to help her with all of that in her canter, I think it's landing from you and not tensing legs ahead. It's got to be leg underneath you. Lift her and push her into that rein again, so she doesn't drop behind the bridle and go a little bit light in the canter. She's got to stay stomping into that canter and pulling you through to the fence, because actually then she's more careful. She gets there and she's into the canter, she's a bit lighter in front.
Definitely.
A bit long and flat.
Yes.
So no, that's super, well done.
Thank you very much.
Really
That was really good, thank you.
Excellent.
That was really helpful. Do you know what I mean? To sharpen out tips that help. Then my whole round became better for it.
Good
You
girl.
point them out.
Good girl. We'll give you a what?
Good old wash.
Thank you.